This is the Let's Go Blues Minute brought to you by Puckdoku, the original hockey doku. Now here's your host, Jeff Ponder.
It looks like Brandon Saad has played in his last game as a member of the St. Louis Blues. President and General Manager Doug Armstrong announced the Blues have placed Saad on waivers Tuesday. Saad had 7 goals and 16 points in 43 games this season and is a team worst -14. Almost half of Saad's goals came in a game against the Ottawa Senators on January 3rd when he scored a natural hat trick to guide the Blues to a 4-0 victory. The 32-year-old is coming off a 26-goal season and has 76 goals and 144 points in 274 games for the Blues. St. Louis signed Saad to a 5-year, $22.5 million contract ahead of the 2021-22 season. He has 1 year left at a $4.5 million cap hit and has a no-trade clause effective through the entirety of the deal. Armstrong did say, quote, "I talked to he and his representative. If he gets claimed, he'll be on a new team. If not, he'll go down to play in Springfield. That will open up some space for different players that I'd like to see get in the lineup, so we'll see where it goes." Armstrong added, quote, "There's been a group that's been here for a while and things don't seem to be changing. Collectively, you have to start chipping further and further up." We are recording this episode of Let's Go Blues Minute at about 9:45 Wednesday morning. As of now, Brandon Saad has not been claimed, but there's still a couple more hours left. So make sure you watch Let's Go Blues Radio tonight on YouTube or Facebook, or listen tomorrow for the podcast. And we will have officially where Brandon Saad is ending up for the rest of the season. Blues head coach Jim Montgomery also made headlines yesterday, bag skating the Blues in a rough practice day that saw many players hunched over and sucking air by the end of it. There were plenty of one-on-one battle drills, hard, heavy, competing guys grinding. There was a 2-on-2, but this was a set of skaters with the puck being chased from behind by another set, then reverse course and go back with the other two, wave after wave for roughly 15 minutes. The practice ended with straight-on bag skates, which, as a former competitive player, those are not fun. I can tell you that right now. Montgomery did tell the media, quote, "This practice was kind of designed probably at least a week ago. Just with the 3 days between games, we figured after the game last night, coming back with a real hard, intense battle practice. If there's an area of our team and the stats that we keep that we need to improve, it's our battle percentage, and that's not only one-on-one battles, but we count second quick battles, which is you and I are in a battle, and who's the next teammate that's going to come get the loose puck. It's usually a 50-50 battle, and second teammate coming in makes it a 75-95% battle percentage. We're working on those two things primarily because it's an area we feel like we can have a lot of growth in, and that's why the practice was set up this way. When you have a hard practice like this, and we skated at the end with the ability to have 3 days in between, we know we're going to practice really hard on Thursday, so that was kind of why we developed a practice like that. Montgomery talked about the big break, which the Blues are in right now. Let's take a look at the standings update, which is brought to you by our friends at Puckpedia. There were some games that mattered to the Blues last night as they're in the middle of their break. The New York Islanders defeated the Colorado Avalanche 5-2 on the island, and the Washington Capitals defeated the Calgary Flames 3-1 in Calgary. Some notes after these games: Colorado is just 2 points behind the Minnesota Wild for third in the Central Division and currently hold the top wildcard spot with 60 points. The Flames still have 55 points and hold down the second wildcard spot. The Canucks have 54 points and are in third in the wildcard race, and the Blues sit in fourth with 50 points. Now, in terms of games played, the Blues have been 2 to 3 games ahead of the Flames and Canucks for the past few weeks. With this break in the Blues' schedule this week, the Canucks will pick up one of their games in hand tonight when they battle the Predators in Nashville. The Flames will also pick up a game against the Ducks tomorrow night, so when the puck drops between the Blues and Avalanche on Friday, the Blues will only have one more game played than the Flames and Canucks and will still have one game in hand on the Avalanche.
Wait, Jeff, one more thing.
Well, let's get into Puckdoku, which you can play yourself over at puckdoku.com. Yesterday's winner between the Bill and me battle, Bill took yesterday. He finished with a uniqueness score of 9 to my 33. His best play and the best play overall was Greg Naumenko. He played him in the Ducks and undrafted square. He's actually been a winner that we've talked about on this show before when Bill played him for the Ducks and some goalie stat. This time he played him at a 0.3%. Greg Naumenko is probably not a name most people know. He's played in 2 NHL games, and I just don't understand how Bill even knows who this guy is. He split the 2005-2006 season between 5 teams, which is our fun, interesting fact of the day. He played for the AHL's Chicago Wolves, Portland Pirates, Albany River Rats, and Peoria Rivermen, who were associated with the Blues at the time, and he also played with the ECHL's Dayton Bombers. So 5 teams in 2005-2006. You got to have a bag ready at all times, apparently, when you're Greg Naumenko that season. Congrats to Bill on playing him at 0.3%.
This was the Let's Go Blues Minute powered by Puckdoku. Remember to tune into Let's Go Blues Radio, the original St. Louis Blues hockey podcast and webcast. Available wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube and Facebook. Until next time, hosers.